sio mimi, sio nyinyi. Ningekuwa unaongea mbaya unaumia ulimi, ningekuwa ICU chini ya mashini. Too much arrogance. Yeah. Kahapi awa kwa roof ama kwa jet, ni kwa pana set bar so high, so I forget, expect only the best from I and nothing less. Been the best and therefore I command respect. Kufuga ndevu geuza good guy thug, nasikia una hela ndevu kama goodbye hat. Notuambia uko na taste to buy a look I match. Nasikia mademo refu sema mobile lunch. Here's some extra information, I'm that nigga. Not rich yet but my mindset is 9 figure. Don't regret, learn your lessons and grow bigger. Nani, no ninja, flow sicker than me. Roundy wanna tea, shit feel like a dream. Nani tamu, vle nai boy and I live dream ya rap damu. Used to be the cool kid squeezing overdue. Yeah, sema overdue. Ukisikia ni new shit, anza overdue. Yeah, anza overdue. Skate beats, niambia hapa msio kaja overdue. Yeah, sema overdue. Inagonga vi stupid, eka mkono juu. Yeah, love no overdue. Prayer solve anxiety, kick you solve irrelevance. Talent size ya njugu, ego size ya elephant. Leo na side ya nugu, kesho people don't remember. Already a legend ka Onyiso au Pele. Ni Evo au kwanza waulize ndo waseme. No equal ka unataka batizo kama upewe. Live for now, love forever, maybe utenda heaven. Maybe utenda broke kwanza kukemo for your brethren. Ulimi ukata mali wezi pa kwa GV. Na mimi niliwaambia hakuna garapa na T. Udia nini mtu hapa amewasha nini? Tela so mbona inakuwasha nani? I'm in the zone my guy. Been in the zone for a while. You used to be an amazing lover. Oh yeah. What do I know about you? You used to be.
Nyathi Jose Kongolo koro bet kanga mofo hero kete piny hero miyo aora otwo mayo niko karibu kulia zimesha nilipukia halo simu nikikupigia mteja ndo inaingia nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala nyamama aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Ukipenda umependa, ukipenda umeshapenda, ukipenda umependa, mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa. Kaingo tachunya kwe asendi kowe kolabo nipea tukaithi piwanga chwe wende manwa weruka wakanyalwe wanyachpala nakumbuka kuniita kwa kitanda amanjaga kosamandawa heramani miyaga hema miyapawa nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala nyamama aleki baby hata siwezi lala nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala nyamama aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Ukipenda umependa, ukipenda umeshapenda, ukipenda umependa, mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa. Nindo tama bedunia nindo kenda koya chama akina huzunisha ona vile pilo zangu zimeisha animo enough stretching my hand up and you reach out na ni kama nimeshazama juni penzi lako tundo nataka jogo makoro koruruna uko na kuma upondo na mtafuta huyu kipusa nimetuma na njiwa. Nyamama, 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 mapenzi menifanya kama fala. Nyamama, 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 Aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Nyamama, 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 mapenzi menifanya kama fala. Nyamama, 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 Aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Ukipenda, umependa. Ukipenda, umeshapenda. Ukipenda, umependa. Mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa. Alemo, alemo, monda yudie jahera, monda bedie bathi. Alemo, alemo, monda yudie jahera, monda bedie bathi.
Pass me the wire. Pass me the ganja.
Skiza, mage, skiza, check. Ini doba ingine clean kama unanifeel karibiana songe tuna beat. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, suna jojaba ni green marijuana green kani evidence una delete. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, skiza, it is a big thing. Jana mdogo sahi anafuatanisha meeting. Ndo kuwatokeana kwa nyumba niko streaming. Take it right left ni manuru wako streaming. Nikamekula beating niko kijani niko sipping. Drinking na makwela wako simping. Niko ameshikanishwa na mamoria wako pimping. Sleeping na kwa ndoto niko singing. Ay, ini dogo ingine clean kama unanifeel karibiana songe tuna beat. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, suga jojaba ni green marijuana green kani evidence una delete. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat.
Yeah. Ring, ring, nani anani beep kwenye simu. Tushere nani eat kwa majina. Beautiful queen, ngozi melanin. Ding, ding, doctor ring, ding. Master kwenye simu, masterpiece. Nani anasema na miss and I never miss. I confuse all my enemies.
Ini doba ingine clean kama unanifeel karibiana songe tuna beat. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, suna jojaba ni green marijuana green kani evidence una delete. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, skiza, misi na denina nanembia na kudai. Ay, cheki hadi nywele yamechanganisha dai. Ay, sezi kuchocha sasa mbona mini lai. Wanasema mide master nikizidi anaweza dai. Skiza, misi na denina nanembia na kudai. Cheki hadi nywele yamechanganisha dai. Sezi kuchocha sasa mbona mini lai. Wanasema mide master nikizidi anaweza dai. Skiza, dogo ingine clean kama unanifeel karibiana songe tuna beat. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, suna jojaba ni green marijuana green kani evidence una delete. Ay, yo kama umejipin minko na kijin na mangoma sashinda repeat. Ay, skiza.
Pass it to me. Pass me the ganja. Pass me the wire. Make her feel higher. Pass it to me. Pass me the wire. Pass me the ganja. But
Hi guys, welcome to the Creatives Conversations. It's your girl Gloria Mweni. Today I'm joined by another love another one. Today I'm joined by another lovely friend of mine, Tela Wangeci. So, Tela was supposed to be my third guest. Unfortunately, hangekuja, but to me work things out. I had to bring her along. It's good tuliongea tuko sawa. How are you, Tela?
I'm good.
How do you feel today?
Just happy to be alive. But still very angry. But tuko tu.
Angry because of the current state of the country?
everything is just annoying at the moment.
They should have told us when we were babies.
Exactly.
To avoid if we wanted to reach
I really didn't want to be born. But anyway,
Yeah.
itakuwa dark a bit too soon.
So I'd also like to apologize. I am slightly ill, so I might cough a lot during this show. Niliambiwa kwanza nisicheke sana, hiyo itafanya nikohoe sana. Also niliambiwa niongee na sauti ndogo.
Mbona uko na microphone? Unajua utapala unaenda unachapa hello, unajua vile unachapanga microphone alafu msana.
I'm a glass. I don't need it. Niko loud enough.
Uko loud enough.
Yeah, so I'm so happy to have you here. Sorry, tunakwanga na live comments. You know that already. You were commenting last week. So nimeona a comment imeni distract kidogo ndio imefanya nikanyamaza. But today's conversation will kind of lean in on the conversation we had last week, since it's more or less on the same topic. It's a behind the scenes thing for the Kenyan hip hop industry. First of all, tell my people what you do. Mimi siambiangi watu mnafanya nini. Sijui unataka kujiintroduce in what capacity. So tell our listeners what you do.
Nianze na jina, nimekuwa so long before nifanye hizi vitu.
Okay,
my name is Tela Wangeci. That's T-E-L-A, na si Tela. I'm a lover of Kenyan music, specifically Kenyan hip hop, bomba, genge, urban tone, drill. I'm a writer, but before all that, I'm a journalist. Trained in radio and TV. I'm a writer also, and a PR practitioner and aspiring DJ.
Oh, you're aspiring to be a DJ?
I am aspiring to be a DJ.
Ah, that's so cool. Tutaongea after issue. What do you write for? Where do you write for? Can they find your articles?
Personally, I'm a freelance journalist. For those who don't understand, freelance ni msee mwenye hayuko employed by a certain publication, but rather reaches out to different publications to get stories covered. So I've written for Native Magazine, which is based in Nigeria and UK. I've written for Rolling Stone, Pan-African Music Magazine based in Europe, Tangaza Magazine, Ballantyne's website, Amaka Studios. Yeah, zingine sikumbuki.
Wasikia ni mingi sana hizo zingine hakumbuki.
So if guys want to find my articles, nakonga tu kwa page yangu IG Tela_Wangeci. That's where my link tree is. That's where all my works are from, playlists, etc.
Okay. So part of why I'm very sick is for most of us based in Nairobi, the weather imekuwa very shitty.
Exactly.
Kama saizi kuna joto as hell, but in the morning it was raining, and it's cold most of the evenings, and it's raining most of the evenings. So mimi hii weather si weather napenda, but kuna watu wanapenda hii weather, and I want to play for you a short song by what's his name, Yoya Tajiri. It's called Niwe. Just a short one, just this one song. We don't usually, niliambiwa juzi, I think he the only show hapa I play as much music as the rest.
That's actually true.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's
a lot more unique
talking.
In its own way.
Yeah. So I'll play you this song. Alafu we pick it up. It's a 1 minute, 2 minutes song, 1 minute 56. Yeah.
Okay.
Hii ndio ile weather ile mimi na wewe tunapenda, na ndio hii baby making weather. Ukinipa mahaba mimi nitasarenda, nishike juu hata blanketi haitoshi. It is your there, urugare wakunodeda, never dereda, likiwaka bado ni wewe narudia. Ona wahigerwa ni traffic jam, no go weterera. Nishike juu hata blanketi haitoshi, edeshiothe orugare wa kunodeda. Newe dereda, 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 newe dereda.
So Tela, as we get into my questions, I believe I sent you these questions. So today's topic is behind the beat, you know. So each interview iko na a category. So kama whatever I was discussing with Bavon last week and with you, inaitwa behind the beat, because munaweza peana more insight behind the beat. Alafu it's exploring Kenyan hip hop with you. So let's start with what inspired you to pursue a career in journalism and PR, particularly focusing on entertainment and music.
So ever since I was a kid, nilikuwa a wild card. I always felt niko very different now as say around mimi. Plus, I was lucky enough to be exposed to music at a very young age. So around 3-4 already niko najua who Kalamashaka is and what they stand for, what it means for hip hop in the ghetto. Eventually with time kukakuwa na hiyo gap ya KE music, we all went to kusikiza rap estates, but personally, I have never been attracted to any genre that's not hip hop. Not that it's bad, it's just that it's not my vibe. Unless nikitu upbeat na, I think the only pop artists I listen to ni mtuka Taylor Swift. So when I was in high school, each time nilikuwa tuna juggle around with my career, with what I want to be. I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a lawyer, nikatika kwa WWE wrestler. I think so in high school is when I actually found my foot. Juu nilikuwa napenda enter. Yani time ya enter ndio ilikuwa my happiest time to ever be alive because of the music that's playing. And also nilikuwa na like flashbacks nikiwa mtoi. My mom was always like, Buddha, kwani unaendanga shule ama unakanga kwa radio station bana. Any song ilikuwa inakuja nina joke like the lyrics to it and like things kama producers etc. So eventually too, by Form 3 I had already decided I want to be a journalist, but then Squani may decide what type of journalist, because I liked politics, but later on I realized it was just the hype of politics being politics, and apparently you sound smart when you know politics. But then nikaona like the Kenyan entertainment scene in all genre, in all like aspects at that time, hatukuwa tumepata any representation. If it was global representation, it's the same names, which was so fucking annoying. Sauti Sol, this it gets a bit boring kwa sababu they sold an image that doesn't really represent majority of Kenyans. Exactly. So I decided to just occupy the space. Nikaenda nikatafuta shule, shout out to multimedia. Nikafanya deep degree. Yeah. Even ndo nikaingia kwa scene in journalism, yeah. PR almost kind of the same way. I discovered about PR way later on. I think hata nilikuwa nishachagua my disciplines, but I didn't understand the effects that PR has on a brand, kwa sababu ukiwa shule unafundishwa tu PR ya hospitali, sijui clinical PR or some other ones kumbuki. But now you get to experience firsthand with very little knowledge of what PR is for entertainment scene. So that's how I got into PR.
Interesting. How has your background in journalism shaped the way you approached writing about the Kenyan music scene? And before you answer it, Josie, you made a post. Did you see where I was going with this? You made a post about events instead of getting these, what did you call
tabloids
to cover the events. They should get
like real journalists,
real journalists,
what's our culture waku influence.
And someone in the comments asked if how do you feel you will write it differently from someone from a tabloid. So I think intertwined.
Okay. So there's so many aspects. Sasa nianze na ya mwisho juu nimesahau ya kwanza. How does my background inafanya ni take the art more seriously, which kwa naambia na rafiki yetu inafanyanga ni overthink about a situation. So msa ataandika tu a story about hip hop in Kenya, but me I want to go in the nitty-gritties. 1992, that's when we had the first beat and all that stuff. So inafanya niko too more absorbed in a way that kind of hurts the culture itself. Kwa sababu one thing I believe with journalism, it's a first world. Ukitaka kwa relevant, hakikisha the right press is writing about you. Which is what's happening right now, like in the event scene. But these guys tend to forget that how watapatia a brief detailed description of what was going on at the event. Kila msetu atakuja kusema kulibo. We wanna know why Nyashinski did perform at that show. We need someone mwenye atapata akona hiyo exclusivity to enable the game to earn from itself rather than msetu yoyote. No offense to spam, but they do a good job wakiuliza vitu wanaulizanga. But then when I get how party the whole glimpse of what music is, ama what journalism is, you think it's about coming on a show na kuulizwa so kuna beef na nani, who's your girlfriend right now? That's stupid questions.
When was the last time you lied?
Exactly, when was the last time you lied? Sijui kuna siku nyingine nilikuwa nasikia party ama briefs, I'm like, what is this what you're going to ask a whole ass nani msewa entertainment? Na hiyo ni kitu yenye musemanga ibebwe in each and every scene. Why do we have really good political journalists, really good sports journalists, but we don't have enough entertainment journalists? It's because we've been conditioned to start thinking that I'll only get into music nikiwa broke. Mi nitaenda tu radio nikiwa broke. TV only employs pretty people. But no, that's not the whole essence. The whole essence is we need to form a chain. Msemo yako juu anafilwa chini, and that's how we continue to ensure the culture ina grow. I hope nimejibu.
Umejibu.
Okay.
My other question, how do you think you will do it differently? Mimi nimehost show hapa hivi chini safe space. Nikakuinvite not in the capacity of my friend, in our working capacity, and the show has happened, imeisha. How do you think you'll do it differently from tuseme?
Definitely, there are very many angles kuangalia. You can get an exclusive with some of the artists. That helps you promote your event. Unaweza andika in form of a review. Ukiandika review, you write about the lineup, you write about the sound yenye ilikuwa hapo. Unaandika kama kulikuwa na good relations between mse wa event na wase walikuja walikam ku attend, because unaendanga event unakosa msi. All these things need to be brought out so that guys can actually understand what they need to do. You're like, a lineup, why we always having the same lineup over and over? You twist it in a different angle. Is there a problem with artists, like major streaming artists wakona a short shelf period? Ama is there favorism in the industry? You can always pick the nitty-gritties. As much as utapata msana kwambia ni criticism, hakuna mali tunaenda bila criticism. If I don't like your show, I'll tell you what to do and
how to improve it.
Exactly. If you don't want to take it, fuck you. If you take it, good for you.
Me actually ninapendanga kuambiwa where I feel I should improve. So I get really shocked when people get upset at usually ambiwa we did not like this. We can't like everything kwanza tuanzie hapo. Exactly. Wase kama Yesu akupendwa na alikuwa anatukufia bana. You can't like, not everyone can like kila kitu yenye unatoa. Of course kuna mtu mwenye akona more experience, kuna mtu mwenye akona less experience, kuna mtu mwenye hadai kuona ukiprogress, kuna mtu tu anataka kugatekeep. Kuna so many people na mtu anafaa kujifunza kukua receptive, kukubali hiyo hii na hii kwenda vizuri ama this one went well, kwa sababu hiyo inaonyesha msana kujali more rather than missing you fuck up and then I just keep quiet. Okay. Before we proceed, so like I said, kuna kwanga na live comments. Guys, they can see your comments live on air, so please interact with us, ask Tela questions pia. Zenyu ndio zitakuwa kapom quiz zangu ashaona, hata labda ali prepare, ali rehearse, anajua venye ziko kuna mwakeni. So ask us questions, whatever you'd like to know. Hi Sami, I see you. Hi Kevo, I see you. Hi Buji, thank you for tuning in. Namukai till the end of the show. So Tela, what has been one of the most memorable stories or interviews you've covered in the Kenyan music industry? A story or an interview?
I think niko na tattoo.
You can see all of them.
Yeah, kwanza is the most recent one, like being a host and panelist wa Valentine's X Boiler Room. Kitu ilikuwa so surreal because I was like me, like umetafuta mseo kwa na
Tela.
hiyo ndo unataka ifanyike. And then the fact that also Coco M specified like anataka kwa interviewed na mimi, it ilifanya ni feel kama it made me feel
a lot of things.
Now unajua like growing up tulikuwa tuna look up to American journalists, so sometimes we'll hear this guy says I don't want any other interview, nataka napa. Ilifanya ni feel very special. Also it was very challenging kwa sababu mimi si napenda kutokea kwa camera, no freeze up.
Was it your first time talking in front of a camera?
No, it was like my second time with Boiler Room. Hizo zingine zikwangi like so huge. Exactly. This is a whole you fuck up or me fuck up the whole show. So nimefika show, wananiuliza kama niko na maswali, niko like niliwatumia maswali, I expect you guys to print them. But sasa unaona hiyo ilikuwa learning process. Hiyo ni kujifunza, next time uko prepared. Ninakaa kwa stage, it's too hot. Alafu lights ziko tu zinanigonga, and then unfortunately I had smoked a doobie before. Nianze nini, so nilikuwa na chapo na cotton mouth ingine wazimu. I'm like so kama hiyo ilinifunza much more on professionalism, kuwa prepared. And the last one was among the second one among my first stories zile za Brooklyn Boys na drill. Story ushaumwa kichwa kuche story, sijaiche story hivyo. And then
what do you mean by kuche story?
So this Pan-African music magazine made me hit up too randomly. You know, that time bado I'm still new in the scene, and then an international publication wants to work with me. Like cool. So I call like, oh, do you know Brooklyn Boys? Bro, ataka sikuwa na wajua hiyo saa lazima ningeje. Nasema kwa ni neighbor wangu.
Hata
tumegrow pamoja. So like getting them at the same time ilikuwa close to impossible. Na mimi mse napenda personal interviews rather than online interviews ama written interviews utume maswali. It makes the story have more connection, kuna a more broader perspective of how the person is. But these niggas were just never available at the same time. And what? So like Nicole kwa nanichezea game moja ki available Thursday, mwingine ako available Friday. So niko like munataka ni do nini? So I had unajua kuwafuata hadi kwa event, nilikuwa decide za kahawa sukari Zitech University Freshers Bash, hata siwezi sahau. Nikapanda huko juu, luckily walikuwa na my biggest artist Bigasa. So since Bigasa alikuwa interact na mimi online, it was easier for me to talk to him and be like, hey, so you tell your boys we do this interview. Tulifanya hiyo interview kwa club at 2 a.m. Niggas are very late.
Ilikuwa a live interview?
Yeah, ilikuwa no. I just
like a recorded one.
Yeah, ilikuwa recorded. We needed photos. The photographer had to put a picture in time. So na Japan said ingine wako like, mzee, so ulisema ume grow up na wasi rada ni gani? Yeah, that was my second interview yenye ilinifunza perseverance. Na pia bring to international limelight. And the third one,
oh, for you?
Pan-African was my first international magazine. That's 2021. I'm a 2020 Kiisha. Yeah. And then the last one is a story I did about Kenyan music. Shrap over the rest. That's an article I did in like 2022 Kiisha. Your article
Shrap ni music kama
actually ni kinabuti. So it was just trying to pin a name on what Shrap really is.
Yeah.
How rap influenced Shrap, and if indeed kuna hiyo story ya Kenyan sound. And then your article sasa ndio ilinifunza broader perspective of writing. Unaandika story hadi una feel it, like you have the excitement of writing a story. You're just not writing for the sake of writing. You're writing to communicate what you actually feel when you're moved na your music. I think it's under my top 3.
Now for the articles zinaweza patikana. Nita attach links in my socials after the nini. Mwende msome hizo zenye amesema na mumpe honest opinions. Huko tudanganya nangi.
Fore ni basi.
Mumpe honest opinion. What's the worst that can happen?
I might throw myself off a building.
Nimeshikilia mdomo yangu. You've written for various magazines and websites, yeah? How do you choose which stories or artists to highlight in your pieces? First of all, do you choose?
Yes. You actually, when you're writing a story, you pitch it to the editor.
Okay.
So you pitch it to the editor goes through it, alafu anakuambia, go ahead. But sometimes you find Kenya being Kenya and East Africa being East Africa, hakuna so much exposure. So when you want to write about an artist from Kenya kwa other magazines, lazima wasell. They don't. Like each time I was writing an article about an artist and I was writing for Native magazine, if it was not a mainstream artist that is known in Nigeria, hakuna venye ingepata views. So you get, when you write a story about Karun, it pops. But when you write a story kama what's this guy, Mura the DJ, it's still aisongi venye articles zingine zinasonga. Yes, but anyway, it goes back to venye tuliniuliza, how does my journalistic background affect venye nachaguanga vitu ama venye naandika story. Kuna kitu inaitangwa, you're not supposed to be biased. Those are like the 10 laws of tuko na commandments, so nika 10 laws.
Sisi tuna freestyle logo na laws.
So iko like ofai kwa biased in any story. If I'm writing about Mweni, I need to remember that Mweni si beshte yangu hapa tuko kazini. So yeah, hiyo ndio ilikuwa swali nafikiri mwanga.
You're very much on track.
So basically it depends. Me ka Brooklyn Boys ni kuambiwa niliambiwa because I didn't know you can actually write for an international magazine. But for Sharp, Women and Kenyan Rap, Groovy Joe, as in mwanikanga twenye music zao zuni move. Mimi mse mwenye naendanga concert na lia for no specific reason, but because the music is too good. Like it's a sentimental sacred attachment for me. So hakuna vile naenda kuweka trash kusikiza kaka Kardinali wanabole hivyo. You don't have to praise an artist just because ni favorite wako. Yes, I need decriding. Exactly what you are.
So how do you balance objectivity with personal passion when writing about artists or the music scene? Na feel
good.
Na hiyo statement yako ya mwisho kwanza ulianza jibu so malizia.
How do I balance?
Nikwambia one of my greatest fears ni nini Tela? Niandike labda a review ya event nimeenda. Alafu niandike. Kusema tu kweli I didn't, objectively speaking, it was not a good event. Alafu umseni beshtangu acha nikwambia wasanii huweka mauchungu.
That's true.
How do you still write objectively without trying to burn bridges? That's what I'm trying to ask.
That's such a touchy subject because mimi kitambo nilikuwa na avoid such topics. Kuna day tumeenda events East versus West.
Yeah.
And then manager Jovi anakuja kuniambia, we liked your article on Sharp, but you didn't say the truth. Kusema ukweli yote said ya Jovi. I'm like, first of all, your nigga has been missing in the industry for quite a while. As much as when beshte yangu, I won't go there nikusifu. It's going to be hard, yes. Pia mimi nitachukua personally, like, I'm sorry, ulikona ni bamba, but hii kitu, event, hii show, hii haijabamba, you could have done it better, ungefanya hivi, maybe next time involve a larger team. But kunijamia, jidishi would. That would be crazy, because kitambo used to struggle with that. But then also, I rarely used to write about artists I love. Like,
why? For that same reason.
Yeah, kwa sababu I'm supposed to be the moral compass of the society. Sifai kuchagua mzuri ama mbaya. Mimi tu ndo nafai kusimama hapo katikati. But then bado mini test maker. I know I have fans on watapenda hii, but then again bado kuna swali ya vitu kama articles. Ubaya journalism vile nimekuambia, it's a fast business. So unaandika article, mse mwingine asha report Twitter, you have to be on your fucking toes exactly, yeah. That's why you see when more media houses zina move towards visual content, it sells more. Sai wasa kuna very short concentration span. Nasikiza podcast nimeingia choni nimesha kwa confused na TikTok. But something visual kitenye nasonga, it's a bit entertaining to the eye. So unaona kama vile napenda Big Yasa, I only have one article on Big Yasa. I avoid things zenye zitafanya the public question my opinion, because at the end of the day I'm the judge. I'm the one who's supposed to be trusted with this. Umenipatia sasa hiyo ni mbona nitakuwa naambia watu I'm the judge.
Yeah, you're the judge.
I'm the one being trusted. So wase wa music ndo tuna trust you na information. So if I go decry Big Yasa 24/7 and then I come to the show, I still decry him and then he does something shitty. You see that's itafanya pia wase waanze kudoubt kwa sababu pia lazima ujitetee. As a journalist sasa tunafollow tu kila kitu yenye kila mtu anasema.
Yep. So unafikiria kuna an actual balance in this thing?
There is, but it's hard. You have to be one of those psychojournalists. Wale wenye ni wenda wazimu, but it's possible. I think it's very possible.
Can I ask you something? Do you also think if you reach at a certain point of, let me call it power, because I don't want to call it fame, because it's work you've done. I don't feel fame does
enough justice.
So ukifika a place of power in your craft, unafikiria ndio unaweza pata hiyo proper balance? Because kusema kweli me I think nikakuwa kama, not, I don't mean I want to turn into a tabloid, but nikakuwa kama SPM Buzz. I wouldn't be this scared.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be this scared to honestly say, this show was shit, this song was terrible, this album equal like this EP equal like this. Now feel nikakuwa mahali niko important enough. The balance itakuwa hard. Just sometanifanyia.
I think this is why even underground journalists are more important kushinda mainstream journalists. I don't know who's a really good journalist to entertainment Kenya. Okay, so there's this guy who hosts a show on Ibro. Ibro on Apple Music. So anakuanga na show inaitwa Rap Life. And hapo unaweza get the 3 hosts. One is called Nadeska, yani mse wa R&B. Then there's Ibro, yani mse wa hip hop. And then there's just some other black nigga who's always arguing. So when I get hatujui jina huyo other black nigga, but we know he's always arguing.
Yeah.
Ibro neza amka sema this Nas's album was shit and the whole world will follow him kwa sababu ya position yenye yuko. So nafikiria as an underground journalist ukienda hivyo, because you will get them winning. Ukienda hivyo so I lose your originality, your authenticity of why you did this craft, because most journalists wanafanya hii kazi ndo wa get do. Angalia vile Spambas ni tabloid ingine wazimu. Exactly. Compare with Katuko. Crazy million clicks per day. But you still get that only, it has sound mean, but only mediocre guys really tap into such content and believe and understand and say, I know music.
Yeah.
Tunafai kusikia sawa kisema jina ka creatives ke iwa kibonga hapo ndo nitaamini msekado bake ingoma chats wa release chats. I'm believing them because I know the underground and that putting in the work
effort,
exactly kufanya kitu. So yes, ukifika pa unaweza mkata useme calligraph is shit and everyone will say yes, but at the end of the day are you staying authentic and genuine to Kenya imefanya uanze ama what you're pushing?
So kuna swali hapa. First of all, kabla niingie kwa swali, Ted says hi Tela.
Hi Ted.
Hi Lynn, thank you for tuning in. Hi Peter, thank you for tuning in. Si Halloween ilishaisha mbona bado unanitumia? Oh yes, si Halloween ni Simba. Oops, I might need spectacles, guys. So the question is, why do women bring other women down in the industry, and why do you think that statement or question is true?
It's very... Anyway, I don't think women bring women in the industry. I just think women are just their own worst enemies. Naturally, we are weak in emotions, no matter how hard tunatry kujifanya. Mimi nimsena believing sana in the gender chat. And as a son very misogynistic, but yes, the man is supposed to be on the top. Mimi ndo nafai kwa hapo. Tuko Bible iliandikwa mwanaume ndo ufanye kazi, mwanamke penda bwana yako. Hivyo. But then you get women wako very manipulative. We see from the case of Delilah. Very manipulative.
in nature
hivyo tu ndo yuko. No wonder Eve ndo alikujiwa na nyoka. Si Adam aliendewa na nyoka. I'm not saying that men are nice also. Men also pull each other down, but girls mimi naona tu nikaa tunakonga tumejengwa na natural jealousy. Like it's just there. Naona tu nywele yako niko like sasa huyu anakaaje. Hata ngoma zake aziba. Maana exactly. Like tunakuanga na ujinga, and I think it takes a level of maturity for a woman to also support another woman. Because me, all the people who've held my hand, supported me, taught me things in the industry were all women. What I mean, in rooms where I don't think I will be able to enter right now because waliona struggle na hustle yangu from down there. Men, they just want to fuck you. Wachanisha hapo alafu waambie sijui nini. Upuzi mingi. You see, like we're all each other's worst enemies. Yeah.
No, really. I worked in corporate.
So ni kama hawa si walikuwa wakitukana the plump girl Kihika, I think alikuwa.
Oh, the other week. Yeah. I think that's the name. Yeah.
Sasa unaona both women bringing her down na both niggas wanna bring down. So hivyo tu ndo humans wako, I think. And then wanawake wako na speciality ya manipulative and just an obsession.
Na sharp words.
Exactly.
Women have such sharp words.
Like mono come unaambia sijui nini na kabakuli niko like bro. Iko personal because you chill with niggas no unaona. Niggas wanna bond me,
and they forgive each other really quickly.
Exactly. Mimi kaina say hey bana ni vita tunaanza kwa sababu mbona hujaweka maziwa kwa fridge, unavujua unafaa kuweka maziwa kwa fridge.
Kwa nini hujafunga mlango ya fridge na niombe kwa hapo wa mwisho?
Boys will be like they close it. Unaambia tu one story inaisha. Sisi itakuwa a whole level of discussion.
Yeah. Okay. So at me I don't think it's just in the industry. Yeah, I think generally in life. And I'd really like to understand Pia Tela, because in as much as tuna come from that point, me there's things I'd never do. For example, if let's say my sister joined the industry, she's younger than me by a lot of years, so she joins the industry and she's struggling. I don't think I'd make it my life mission to make her journey in this thing a living hell, because kind corporate me I feel like older women look at you and say whom's chana
I am waking up tomorrow
kesho kalie and
atatoka. I just think need to level of maturity. Imagine when it's a level of maturity.
And there's someone just say but si pia sisi tulipitia hiyo.
Exactly. Unaona, why would you say that? It just means you're stupid. Like mzazi wako aliwaste pesa kukupeleka shule. Mimi hivyo tu ndo naweza vyo ati niko na opportunity ya bweni lakini si pia mimi mwenyewe amesonga mbele. Nika bro kama tukaenda 21st fucking century. Mbona unafungia mtu milango like like recently I have challenges at work. So I've been asking guys, do you need someone who unataka nimsaidie na PR and all that, so they refer to my former boss. Alafu ananiambia unajua nini hii kufunza usiwaenda kufanyia mtu mmoja kazi. Niko like sasa my loyalty inafai kuleta shida with my money mtu anafanya kazi pali roho yake inataka. So mimi naona it's just a level of stupidity. Juu hata wewe msaniambia hivyo ni boy niko like bro really like with your two balls and all that shit unataka tu
can't even tell you to grow some because you already have some.
Like unafikiria aje? I just think watu wanafai kukua tu more open. Sasa vile tu nimekuambia jealousy by nature ni kitu tu ya kawaida. Kipata msekicho imefungika,
it's even worse. What's your take on the role of entertainment journalism in shaping public opinion about the Kenyan music industry?
Plays a big role because without that hakuna kitu inafanyika. That's why tunaona music yetu is grow. That's why we just have Sauti Sol, Diamond from Tanzania, karibu niseme Uganda.
Ungetuambia ni Diamond gani huyo ulitoa
kwa symbol. But I feel like that's why to go na very hard time could develop the face of our music, the currency in our music. Unapata waseka West Africa, they've been documenting that shit for the longest time. South Africa have been documenting North Africa. Mera siko najuanga kuna music huko but najua shit inaendelea huko for weird reason. Vitu kama K-pop hizo vitu like kuna kuangana a very detailed entitlement fans wana feeling towards the artists that they know ama wenye wanajua.
Yeah.
So with entertainment journalism kama kuna msaneza document hizi stuff zote. And also apart from that it forms what's the word, in a form ni background ama backdrop that the future people wanakuja wanaweza tumia. Mimi naenda kutafuta vile our parents used to, like artists used to make money in the 1950s 60s. I have very limited information, but what if we have guys who actually put that down, like unakuwa scribe wa music vile wase walikuwa scribe wa Yesu. If this happens, we document it kwa sababu 50 years later we might have drill ikitokea tena. We'll need someone mwenye aliandika hiyo article 202 204 each time a new level of drill ilikuwa inatokea. So it's important to know identity and just shaping the culture in terms of our history and pia kusaidia the future generation.
Hip hop turned 50.
50, say 51, but still
last year,
50. Yeah.
Kolo likes starting his conversations from there. And he talks about how in the early 2000s, I'm guessing he around time ya klepto, actually niseme before post-election violence, Nairobi was seen like such a big hub for entertainment and especially the music scene.
Yeah.
Unafikiria tuligo wapi wrong?
Tuligo wrong vile tulikata kumove with changing times. Why the fuck will I get excited over 6 million views on YouTube while at Apple siwezi clock what 15,000, Spotify siwezi nize tuli lose relevance when we decided to be using some very weird tactics za kumarket music kaya kina Willy Paul sijui mara mirip sijui amefanya nini. Tuli go wrong pia. I feel when the curriculum, to really change when, but yeah, curriculum, there's a time curriculum was changed. The music used to be a subject in school. Yeah. So it's very unfortunate, like unapata music in just the posh schools. Yeah. Posh schools, posh kids, wataenda nje, brain drain. Yeah. So definitely like, see, Karun, same thing. Although Anna returned back to the industry, you still get hakuna relatability between her and her fans. Bas. Kina Nikita, ebu angalia se kama Samido, sa kitambo, Klepto, like so alikuwa na move rooms, kina Baskubaf. But saizi una get tukona short term artists, like they have a very short lifespan. The fact that tunakata kutumia PR, tunakata kuindulge technology, Kenyans are also fucking lazy, wanataka tu kulala kukunywa pombe. Exactly. Unamwambia marketing once again anakuambia Nairobi Gossip Club. Bro, who the fuck reads Nairobi Gossip Club? Definitely not someone who's willing to invest you. Juniambia mseka Cairo anaweza taka kuinvest. Yeah, na go through with his own shit. Yeah. So exactly, like tumekata kutumia internet change of the internet to our advantage. Nigerians are very smart with it. Na pia wase wako hardworking naturally. Unapata msa ametoka sijui kutoka Abuja kwenda sijui Port Harcourt because it's like the capital of music in the country. Unaona kuna hiyo kutaka. So hizi mafans tu nikukuja wanaimba the same thing, no offense kina Major. It's just the same, it's just a repetition of the same thing.
Now that you mention him, I'm afraid sipendi kunim drop sana. But me usema hizi ni opinions, no hate to anyone. We were having a conversation with my first guest on the show, alikuwa anaitwa Sungu. Not here. Some time back, Nikki managed H2 during one of the studio sessions. And I happened to mention that I feel like Major is one of the least versatile artists. And they were like, no, but Glow, amekaa kwa industry for long. If you look at it, Squeezy hadi anafanya music na the youngings, a lot of, but I was like, but ana sound the same.
Exactly.
Hakuna hard try.
Exactly.
Get out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, quite too happy to be involved.
Yeah, hard try.
And ukiangalia this, the older generation of music, pia wakona tu tabia. Pia wewe tunajua kali. Kuna msemo mwingine yako kwa kichwa yangu na inakata Calligraph Jones. Mimi ni fan Octopizzo, so I hold my comments on that, but mimi nafinika say jumping ku ride on the wave ya the young people wenye wanakuja, so hiyo inafanya sauti ipotee, sauti ishe, so inabidi tu ushinde tu hapo ki struggle. Mseka Brida Mandy ani wase ukisikiza vitu walikuwa na produce 2015 to right now uko like what the fuck mseka
Tabuti.
exactly mseka buti niko na oxa buti vitu walikuwa na tengeneza kitambo na saizi different shit nyash wa saizi si nyash wa 2002 as an artist unafai ku grow na vitu kama hizi zikikata kufanyika inamaanisha tu kaka cycle kana repeat itself over and over by just recycling a bunch of artists Jumeja alikuwa amepotea for a while Abantu na Genge tu ikatokelezea nega hopped on it we find guys like Calligraph Jones walikuwa na really good initiatives with the Calicatel ciphers and all that but unaona saizi imekuwa bit too much for him to do so tunachapo na generation yenye inashindwa ku connect the two dots
wale wa kitambo na
saizi okay just ukiambia Calligraph jump on to Abantu atakwambia kitu yenye utakuwa like what the actual fuck but msewa hip hop akichapa atakuwa like wow ni mnoma you see kwa sababu pia sisi tuna evolve na artists that's why these kids from school wanasikiza Abantu na Genge tu I don't even think I know kids who listen to hip hop na nangakwambia brother yangu sijui nani ako like who the fuck is that like 2 weeks ago I was with a 21-year-old hajui Isa ni nani hajui shit about Kenyan music and I'm like
so Sungo also hosts a show-ish that does the same thing I'm doing. So he asks people questions, but not long form. It's short form content. He can come and ask you, in your opinion, who do you think is the most accepted artist? So just a short video with you answering that, and that's it. So we were seated. We were having lunch with my sister and her 2 friends. My sister is, for the record, she's 18. She just turned 18. Her 2 friends are 19. And then we were talking, and then I said, so Kolo, and then I clarified to my sister, because now she you know how she's been very much influenced with my music. So I was like, Kolo, then I said, Kolo wa Klepto. And then the girl next to me, her other friend, asked me, Klepto ndio?
Unasikia niko neza cheesy.
Na wauliza, mnajua kulikuwa na duo inaitwa Necessary Noise? Mnajua wa ile? But luckily they know kitu kama nakupenda pia. Mnajua. So now it actually stopped from lunch because it was actually a lunch. My friend is a chef. He had called us to prepare a meal for us. It stopped. We had to put everything away and now just ask them who exactly do you know basi kwa sababu it seems you don't know anyone
exactly but utana ukiuliza Shona OMG mimi sasa nimetoka kwa
bana tipsy
Shona huyu mwingine anaitwa aje Shona YDW sema uni confused sasa ndio tulikuwa tuna discuss sasa brothers hadi sijengi nani anasemanga magi but kuna mse utasikia na atakwambia ni Shona OMG amesema magi
mtoto wangu ako turning 3 na anaimba Genge tu.
Exactly. So you see, if tungekwanga tukimove the times while still accepting msewa hip hop abaki tu hip hop si lazima dafi sauti yake ndo isonge kukua what's popping at the moment tungekuwa na a lot of support na links to each other that zingekuwa beneficial in the end
for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. As someone well versed but you are as someone well versed in the Kenyan hip hop industry, how would you describe its current state?
Oh my god, ime daddy. I remember hip hop like 3 years ago, 2019 2020 hapo. Wow. Tulikuwa tuna get fed on a daily. Ona get msame release Monday, mwingine Tuesday, and kuna something exciting about rap me inakuanga tu from the beat production to the thought process ya kuandika hiyo wimbo to what you're actually rapping about. I feel like hip hop kwanza ndio inakuanga one of the few genres zenye unaweza ongea about mapenzi, unaweza ongea about kuwa mtu all together na msasi boy exactly na msasi boyeke mi kama so unaniambia sijui you are ninajua jina but hata siwezi kuambia ngoma yao moja but anyway I feel hip hop at the moment imekufa just as nimekuexplainia before the biggest changelings wamekuwa the weakest changelings pia mzeka Calligraph saizi anafai on something like mentoring Dr. G type shit but sasa yako busy akicompete na watu wadogo guys like kina Kili Hippie wanafai kuwa ready washapata the recognition they deserve, but bado hata unaambia mtu Kilihipi anakuambia sasa huyo ni nani.
I was about to ask you who that is.
Kilihipi is a producer, a producer. So unagetwa say wanafanya very beautiful things in the scene, but haipati any recognition because one, tumepoteza really big sources of what hip hop used to be. Last time Bavon ali mention Uncut.
Niliona hata this week mtu mention about what a big contribution Uncut was.
Exactly to the industry. Unaona hata hip hop podcasts zimekuwa more reduced, less artists wanadu hip hop music kwa sababu it's not what's popping at the moment. So tuko tu in a very sad situation. Mera sikumbuki mara mwisho nilienda show ya hip hop. Isipokuwa East versus West. Naye pia ilikuwa tu mchezo.
What your words?
As in inakuwa tu very unfortunate and disappointing that such a big culture inaweza fizzle too down hivyo just because of lack of support from what's kwa industry. Plus also usema hip hop is poor man's music, so
for real. But technically si unakumbuka watu wakibash Lil Maina for singing what he sings. I'm not saying I think it's hip hop. I'm just saying people were very upset that for someone from his background he shouldn't be singing what he's singing.
But it is kind of true though.
For real.
Kwa sababu ni kama hakuna kitu move ni disrespectful kama kupata rapper ko rap vile akona Glocks and shit, and this nigga goes to church every fucking Sunday. You're lying to us. Music nimekwambia nini, it's a sentimental sacred thing to me, so nikisikiza you niggas better be telling us the truth. So kama like kulikuwa na group NWA, they're among one of the first groups to start hip hop in US. So it had a couple of members wenye walikuwa tu machizi. And then there's Dr. Dre, the good boy. Yeah, hata jaishiko na anything. Nigga like nigga, I'm not going to believe ukienda kuimba. He might be a great producer and all that, but nataka hiyo relativity. Kan kisikiza Big Yasa and understand. Ametoka kutoka hood na anadai ku make it. See,
alisha making
it. Ukituambia una whip gari, una whip nini, kuna whip miguu bana. I find it really insulting when artists are not. Kwa nini unatry sana kujigangsterize? Mimi naona mwananga ni kama vile white niggas wanajaribingi kwa like black people. Why you calling me bro ati homie, sister girl,
my brother?
Nigga, I'm not your brother, I was your slave. So naanga tu kuna perspective tu kuwa honest with your music. It makes it more genuine. Unapata mafans wako. Lil Maina, no offense, ataimba kuhusu kutoka ghetto and all that shit, which for him maybe anaona pale ametoka ni ghetto, but to be honest, in the real man's eyes, ametoka from like a very stable place. So ataenda attract mafans wenye wanafanyanga nini, wenye wanaweza toa 500 at most kulipa event. Event ikiendo inajana maodi, and still the same people will complain, hiyo event haikubamba kwa sababu nini. Unajua nini, kai ni elitist, siko baya, group ka elitist, and that's what I like about Kilihipi, the Swami. Na wase wame maintain identity yao. Yes, mimi nimetoka Kilimani, and yes, I can rap for shit. TNT, Timmy Blanco and 28.
Timmy Blanco.
Exactly. Ani wase walienda kuchapa mtu live, so definitely I'm believing them when watasema ati wanauza coke kama wanadunga mtu.
Come to beat you up.
Exactly. Kwa sababu kama walienda kuchapa Baraki Jacuzzi online, ani wase wenye hawajali much about shit. So not hawajali, like they own their shit. So
so guys, kuna a wasp imeingia in studio and kidogo nilikuwa I was about to say it's only me who's scared of it, but naona pia Tela na move. So let's go on a short break. We put music and then I open the door so that it can respectful. It's left.
Respectfully
left. So Larry over here says some people will hate you for making it. Success is poison. Success is poisonous. So many people keep hating. I was singing it to remember which song it is.
So they live in Africa.
I think it was in regard to probably around the time tulikuwa tunaongelea about pulling each other down. So maybe I'm a bit behind on the recording. And then there's someone here saying African teacher. Amesema you have not mentioned Opto. Tela amesema he's quite dear to his heart at the moment. So atamweka kando kidogo. Yeah. So on to our next question. I think actually nitakuwa natumianga simu instead of laptop.
And I work better.
We learn. We live, we learn.
Nature technology, girls in STEM power.
What are the biggest challenges facing Kenyan hip hop artists in gaining mainstream recognition? First of all, do you want the underground artists to gain mainstream recognition? Nime struggle kusema hiyo underground na mainstream.
But it gets hard also. When they get mainstream. When guys wako anajua B-boys sana, East mpaka London was a beautiful experience. But wakati wa B-boys settings, I think earlier on this year.
Acha nikwambie, every time na hang out na Tela ndio najuanga, I know absolutely nothing about the Kenyan hip hop scene. Kina nani?
Brooklyn Boys, nigga.
Don't hivyo.
B-boys.
Okay.
Kuna wase wakigain by they still maintain face. Big Yasa nisha mention, but always compare Calligraph mwenye alikuwa na rap wapi was like a partnership, ilikuwa ka fancy, but it was a music organization between the British Council na I don't know what company huku Kenya, sijui Coke, I can't remember, was so ilikuwa around 2010 hapo. I'm old enough to be your auntie.
Jutuafoni ilikuwa na 4 years.
Exactly. Ni vile tu nimekuambia I got exposed to easy since at a very early age juu background uncle yangu ametoka D. Wakala mashaka alikuwa sasa hapo D wanachoma pamoja. Yeah. So una get huyo Calligraph alikuwa na hunger ya kusucceed. Anataka hiyo 32 million house ama ni million house.
Yeah, mall.
Ana work for your mall, but hebu angalia when he started gaining attention kidogo ndo alianza kufanya vitu zingine unasikiza uko like really waseka Sauti Sol and I think under the only R&B group nazoongelea sana you find that Sanya Sauti Sol walikuwa anajulikana tu na very few watoto wa Upper Hill na Nairobians.
They used to make music for the soul.
Exactly, but sasa wamekuwa mainstream inabidi
music for the business.
Exactly. Na hiyo ni kitu moja ina affecting culture. Bana, when you have to separate the business and personal art and like personal choice, hapo ndo unajipata ukipromote wase kama huyu kijana Steve Simple Boy. Just for the sake anaweza attract attention na NGC no pewe 1 million. Na unaacha msemo mwenye akona talent ya ukweli.
Who is GTA? GTA nani?
GTA ni rival group ya B-boys. Githurai town affiliated kama siko wrong.
Mtu amesema virusi mbaya GTA are underrated.
Yeah, hiyo ni kweli. But GTA hawakuangi serious according to me. Pia virusi mbaya kila siku online anakujanga kusema vile ana quit music. Today is the day I'm quitting music. Today they call like nigga mseka Ella amekuwa kwa game for 8 fucking years na kuna mse anajua kijana na uko na audacity ya kuja hapa kutuambia every single week. But anyway naelewanga saa zingine sometimes the art eats you up mpaka unamalizika. Kwa sababu ni kitu ya kujitolea rather than kitu yenye inakupatia. You want to start an event company, be sure you'll make a first loss with the first event. Ni 50-50 tu ndo nasema ngani risk takers peke yake. The entertainment business ni risk takers from journalists to managers, kila msemo nyako kwa sababu hiyo unajua unless unafanya for a big company kama Sony hiyo ndio kwa share of salary pekee and uanze kufanya small organization one first of all they treat you like shit, second of all they treat you like shit, and third of all
they will treat you like more shit.
Exactly. Just when you think the shit got shittier, it gets even shittier.
Yes. Okay. Can you where was I? Which hip hop artists do you think are pushing boundaries in Kenya right now and why? So actually he questioned, I phrase it differently for every artist, for every guest, depending on what the topic is. But usually what I tell people is which artists do you want to put people on sizing?
As I have mentioned, Kili Hippie kama Kilimani alafu HIPPIE
kama hippie wale
wakuvuta
feel good. Okay.
The Swami normally wanafanyanga duo tracks between the Swami and some guy called Boy Black. Apart from that, okay, hakuna mwanamke ninajua anaimbanga, but there's someone else who's coming to mind, Jacquil. Jacquil pia is someone who's really like ana put in the effort. Kuna Elisha Eli is a really good gangster ghetto rapper mwenye ana rapping about kutoka D, kumake it out of the streets just generally. And ndo nimekuwa nikispin a lot on my laptop for the past 1 month hivi. Yeah.
So how?
Na Jody Fanetu kwa nisahau Sabiu.
Niliambiwa ninaitwa Juni album ama ni EP?
EP.
Boombox.
Boombox ni EP. Yeah.
So mwende msikize watu tupe feedback pia on Tela's pages, on mine's, on sisi.co hapa. On a page ya Keja Kapo. She also writes for KYC, the one Bavo naliwaonyesha last week. So mnaweza tuachia hiyo nini hapo, discuss about it in depth. Pia mnaweza tag Duba KE.
Oh yes,
we will see it there.
We will see it there. Yeah. Leo umefanya niongee mwili. So the most words nimesema in the past half of the year.
Karibu ziishe.
Unajua ile unaanza kuload hivi uko like damn. Okay.
Imekuwa 11 months. In 11 months naongea 66 words. Hii podcast ya naongea 20,645.
And hiyo kitu inakuwa so interesting na like wase like nimedoti wase wamefanya ama wanapenda craft ya radio na TV, basi za tukuandika unamulizanga swali kwanza na kanga nafikira yako like wow, all these words zinatoka kwa mdomo. Msewa radio na TV unajua lazima kwa bubbly na chatty by nature. So una get to kwa room wewe utasema 658 words alafu mimi nimesema like 25. Ya kwanga very interesting.
Actually ukiwacha wa promo video she said in a very small voice, tune in. I don't think you
imagine nasikika. And I want to interesting thing to observe like different journalists.
Hatuko very far from finishing. Hopefully you'll be my second guest kumaliza questions. How do you think hip hop has evolved, Kenyan hip hop has evolved over the years, and where do you see us heading in the future?
Kenyan hip hop is a very tricky field kwa sababu you get guys wanna go mainstream wanasaw about hip hop. Vile Buti aliingia mainstream alianza ku make more of pop songs rather than hip hop songs. Femi pia nimseleka admit hapo for the do hakuna vile mtafanya siget deal ya monster juu amtaki kusikia ngoma zake, lazima msikize. But I feel like over the years trajectory yake imechange. Hip hop ni kitu inaendanga up and down. It's like a graph. Find in the late 90s hip hop was a very big thing kwa sababu hip hop yetu so break down to vituka genge, bumba, kapuka, kama kulikuwa na very big beef between wase wa kapuka na hip hop. That's kina Kleptomaniacs na kina Abbas walikuwa nasema bumba si hip hop. Exactly. Kapuka sio kama ni bumba, sikumbuki exactly. But then you get in nature ya the beauty of hip hop being kituka rap and poetry, yani kitu yenye inafaa kumove. So it's lazima it sound like some J-Cole aspiring shit, but pia inaweza sound like some NLE chopper shit na bado iko hip hop. Around 2000s ndo sasa bumba kapuka zikashika, and then unfortunately tukapata our untimely demise ama break from hip hop, tukaanza kupata sasa genres ka genge, which bado inaletanga question kama genge ni hip hop basi vitu ka genge tunes zinafaa kwa hip hop na urban tune. And then Major was the only one like holding up the era. Kinajua Kali, and I still think ni venye Caliph Caliph na Ogopa zili fall off. And then also some of our best talents walikufa at a very early age. Mse kama kina Isa, kuna mwingine
mwenye alipotea
hapana Caesar. Unapotea aje tu in daylight tu.
Unajua papa leo tujui hapo.
Exactly.
Where is Caesar?
Exactly.
Please.
If you hear this,
come back home, we miss you.
So unapata, but the underground scene inakuanga bubbling. Waseka kina Jacquil. Hao ndo wase wenye tunahope wata hold up the system, because clearly Calligraph sasa tu ana release song for the sake of releasing a song. He's not releasing it to earn money, so the nigga is not that hungry. But you get mse kama kina Mad Clan, kina Spinks Mafia. Nataka hiyo do, anataka ku maintain hizo grills zao. So definitely rap inaendelea like in a strong way. But then you also get the problem of when the industry is supported by just a couple of people, it becomes harder for the next transition. Na hiyo ndio kitu I think inaenda to the Kenyan hip hop at the moment. Hopefully naonanga wase wana vibe na new songs every single day za hip hop, but imekuwa very strong here for R&B, so it's a dark future. I hope 2024 itakuwa better. 5 mimi niko stuck last year. Ni kama hip hop iko na luck na odd numbers because silly turned 51 last year ama 51 this year. So I just hope itakuwa better. Shout out to kina Springs Mafia, but una get wanaika kama wase wanuma kwa ngoma nya tutawahi wasikia tena.
What do you mean atawasikia tena?
Kuna song fulani kwa tape yao ya Mad Clan. Hiyo song ni wazimu. Mimi nilisikia hadi nikafikiria ni mse wa like wa Douglas juu ilikuwa na the same like katempo. Yeah, but then you get uni mse mwenye hana digital footprint, ni mse ajali IG yeye tu anatoa ngoma kwa sababu kuna studio sitonde tutoe tuone what's popping. Na ndio nakwambia we need more people who are hungry for it, watu wanakuwa programmed na wako ready kukubali hiyo program
na kulearn.
Exactly.
Kwa sababu nilirealize it queen it in the creative scene in as much as kwa akili yako utafikiria just because I have talent I'm good. Winging it only makes your job harder.
Yeah.
So in as much as you might think chasing the information is what will make it harder, I would try to wing it. Ndio 1 year down the line uta realize you've been doing the entirely wrong thing.
Exactly.
Umekuwa ukienda Kiambu Road na sisi tuko Mombasa.
Mwongeaje kama mzazi. Unajua kuambia nikikufa ndo utajua nilikuwa mtu wa maana.
Mtajua aje mimi ni mzazi. Huyu African teacher either ni fan wa OG ama fan wa Octo ama tu hapendi Octo. Juu amesema beef ya Octo na OG ndio ili keep hip hop iko alive.
Kind of true. Yeah, kind of true. I think isn't some of the biggest beefs kwa hip hop. Though si kwa hata understanding ni ya nini. Beef ingine ingekuwa very proper, ingekuwa GTA na B-boys inge keep scene active, but
GTA are putting enough effort.
GTA mi hata siwelewangi. Ano asetu akuwengi I am happy to be involved. I am happy I'm a driller. Cause I wanaishi your life. Hadi sijui wanavaa mask juzi. Okay, not juzi. Last year walichapa one of their group member mwenye sijui aliwasiti kwa Brooklyn Boys. Like wako in this hood shit.
For real.
So ando wangeza ku uphold. Pia befia breeder na Octo ilikuwa funny. Though ilikuwa tu like ilikuwa a short span. Na definitely a bass na clip too. Abas na Klepto. I think hizo ndio zimekuwa some of the biggest beefs zenye zime-entertain rap entertainers.
What role does Kenyan hip hop play in addressing social and political issues?
First of all, kumbuka nimekuambia hip hop ilikuwa ngoma ya poor people, so by nature ina push about issues kama governance, struggles za maintain in society, which we thank God that hatuna sahizi. Okay, though iko si kama kitambo vile wase walikuwa slaves, but in Kenya I feel like hip hop as a genre, like waimbaji has done very little to educate watu social politically. But you get that there are forums zenye zina take hiyo space kwanza kufanya panels, na hapo ndo unaona kuna our rappers, yes they're rappers, but they're not hip hop rappers, so nika alter rappers, sijui kwa categorize vizuri mse kama from nowhere. Una get rap yake ni something a bit different from what Kenya naturally consumes. Unapata such people ndo wanaweza kutakol. Nimeandika like 6 articles about Mao. So una get mse anatoka aje, like mse mwenye anapata hiyo opportunity pia ni mse mwenye wasi hawasikizangi sana. Mao ni very few people mi hata nishaisikia wakisema wanasikizanga Mao. Na feel tu nikaa kuna kitu tunafanya pasi. Tuko na few people kano nini vile alitoa wimbo ya awasi alikufa time ya protest. But then again it goes back to the question, are you taking advantage of this opportunity? Umepata saizi juu unaona amekufa atasikiza ngoma yako. Ama you actually doing this because you care at the end of the day? and if you care kenye una pass out ni kitu different. Kwa hiyo tape ya kina Kilihipi na Daswami kuna msee anaitwa EK ama ni EK40 anaongea vile like gava iko so pathetic mpaka pia si tumeanza tu kwa pathetic like the government itself. Vitu hizo zinakubring attention. Me honestly I'm very interested in politics, but you see the constant repetition time ya maandamano kila msee bidi ajue what's going on. Exactly, and I feel like kituka hip hop ndo role ingeplay pia. Number 1 ndo ingeza ku agitate watu enough. Well, R&B is also a strong enough genre. You get it some more smooth and also very serene but still very sad genre. So inge kwa ya kutuliza hip hop inakuwa ya kutuchangamsha, but unaona ngoma za Abantu ndo zilikuwa zinashika ushukani hiyo time. Anguka nayo deadly which brings us back to the conversation. Artists on identify as hip hop artists ama wame move to the next scale as pop artists.
So kuna someone hapa anajiita music journey ameandika not all artists are holding it down for the culture, but at the end of the day the artists got to eat, you know. Alafu akafuatilia akisema artists are not only here to entertain but also to influence. One of the most effective way of communicating is music. You know, kweli actually see it's been said for a long time. What is it called? Nini nikio cha jamii. Yeah, so yeah, they should be able to influence us.
That's true. Inakwanga bit sad ukiona tu like wase wana take it just another career. Ati wewe ni msanii tu bro, msanii tu unajua mse ataka studio for how long, atafute producer mwenye anamuitisha 10,000 na any starting artist, atoke hapo aende atafute mtu wa PR mwenye anamwambia 30,000 or nothing. Videographer lazima shoot videos ka 3 juu yani upcoming artist like it just doesn't make sense mse tu akichukulia tu kivyo hivyo.
Can you discuss the impact of Kenyan hip hop on youth culture and its role in shaping identity?
Unaona buruburu? Utapata vijana sijui kama wangapi wanaka b-boys, some baggy unit shorts, balaclava. Hadi kwa local flani naendanga there's like a 30-year-old nigga mwenye ana dress ka wasema Timberland. Unaona the impact iko nayo. Vitu kama Mad Clan, their match. Mimi nimekuwa nikiona buddies wakizipurchase ka nonsense. So ngoja umeniuliza nini? What does hip hop?
Acha nikurudilie swali. Impact of Kenyan hip hop on youth culture.
On youth culture, yeah. Hata unasikia slang yenye wase wanaongea. Nakumbuka vile peng ilisha fashion wase walikuwa nasema leng. Mimi niko like what the fuck is leng? Sikuzi sijui wase wanaitangwa nini. Una get hip hop iko na very deep imeshikana sana na
yenyewe ni culture.
Exactly. Sasa wanazanga hip hop ni culture love sisa. Like hip hop it's a whole lifestyle. Hip hop ikitokea ilikuwa about rapping, battle raps, kuvaa, skateboarding na graffiti. So unaona hii ina define venye unaishi maisha yako.
Tela African teacher Tela hata agree na wewe, but continue.
It's okay.
I might be wrong. Naweza kuwa nimekuwa
it's okay, but vile tulisema it's our opinion. Unapata time yenye drill ilikuwa ina pop. Kila msee alikuwa na schemas for no fucking reason. Unapata wase wameka kwa matatu na wako na schemas kadi pia unaogopa. Tuangalie international vitu kama babushka zimekam
hata grills.
Ni bas, hata grills bana. Grills zimerudi fashion. Wana grills. Unaona dem kitambo ilikuwa na meno ya chuma umsee anaona yeye ni odi, but saizi
mimi nakumbuka siku fulani venye Nyasha limake comeback tukiwatch video yake kwa hao. Mama aliniambia ni mzuri lakini kwa nini yako na hiyo meno iko hapa?
Exactly. Una get like vitu kama nini nyingine kuna certain not all aspects but certain aspects kuna venye tu zina influence culture na youth.
African teacher amesema hip hop imekufa juu ya urban tone.
Well, I always say a genre iwezi kufa kama tu vile msemanga gengeton na kukufa. It was just nimsema yako na urban tone basically ni reduced gengeton, but then bado tunapenda tuko argue gengeton na urban tone two different things. While it's just the gengeton artists walijibrand kuwa urban tone artist. Kuna time nilikuwa na interview Paroti na alikuwa akiniambia walikuwa wamekaa tu kwa keja wanasema as genge tone artists inabidi wajiri brand ndo wakwe more sellable. So that's how the whole urban tone thing came. So historia exactly. So historia sijui wase kusema urban tone may replace hip hop ama hip hop is dead. That can't happen kwa sababu there's that 1% of people who's still listening to the rappers. There's that 0.2% ya msemo yanasikiza Jaquil. Just because it's not on the mainstream ama haijarushwa kwa uso yako haimaanishi haiko. It's there. It might be struggling but it's there.
But then following easy platforms, our underground artists wote at least once in a while wanakuwa highlighted.
Exactly.
Places ka Keja Kapo, places ka Doba KE. So look for them actively. We said some of these people might come to you, but some of them you have to go looking for them. And you might never know. You'll find someone that you really like. Jill ilifanya ninunue Air Force na badala.
So naona like kuna vile tu ilikuwa inafanya hadi wase Kenya walikuwa wanaongea ka a British uko like
acha nikwambie ina mara yake ya kwanza kutune in kwa show. I think anaweza kuwa ni best yako na anabamba. African teacher, wewe ndio our viewer of the day. Kusema kweli you've been very interactive and very funny.
Me nakumbuka hadi sasa nakumbuka me the same uvanga bag pants for no fucking reason just because like rap yote mimi nilikuwa ina pop ama sasa nilikuwa deep into the culture. Hiyo ndio vitu nilisikia. Na ukiangalia pia way back kitambo that's how hip hopers walikuwa wanavaa big ass clothes ama majorts. So I felt fashion is in influence heavily.
Okay.
Socially siko sure. Not yet, bado tupigi kelele kama tuko na one of your favorite rappers wanatoa wimbo ya kudefend nyumba yake. Just means tuko hapa for silly things.
As someone involved in both journalism and PR, what advice would you give to aspiring writers and PR professionals looking to work in the entertainment space?
Mimi nilisema advice labda nipe mtu tukikunywa jagi yake kaka blue eyes but generally it's just mimi nagonga na moto getting better every day. So that's the advice. Si must kumesomea tuko na hizi courses online, kuna panels, there are always like rising opportunities. Follow your mentors, ask for mentors, talk to your peers, talk to even people who are below you and read a lot. Personally me I'm not a big reader. Kuna kitu nachukia kusoma but mujidanganya nimesoma nikiona vitu zenye ziko na subtitles. So ndio inakuanga reading yangu. Na pia interact with content that's in more of your way rather than less of your way. Kama like 2 days ago nimekuwa nikijipasha nimekuwa nikiona too much of like Korean shit. Nade na South Kenya ni nini inaendelea. Hata mwanzo kusia album ya Tendawili nimekuwa like
album
imedropiwa. So you get the wanasemanga sijui absence hapana si kuna nice exactly out of sight out of mind. Mimi vile nilikuja kujua about Kenyan hip hop was basically on the internet. Like nilikuwa naenda nasikiza wimbo za Isa za kitambo, naenda na Google lyric na mbona alikuwa na beef na huyo at this time was Isa one of our favorite artists. Vitu hizo no si why give up. I mean determination. Sasa ngine maisha inakugonganga bana, unafai kuona tweets zangu uko Twitter 9 out of 10 times I'm just on some suicidal shit, but you just need to remind yourself that uko in this space for a reason. It's not on you, it's in you. So you deserve to have a good life from creating what you love.
How do you manage the transition between being a journalist and representing clients? Do you represent clients and representing clients or projects in PR? Ama unazimaj too?
Sometimes it depend like how big is the outreach that I need. Kama one thing like when it comes to Kenyan PR, that's my weakest level kwa sababu I'm not in touch with what radio stations play. So naweza nikiget kitu kama hiyo unapatana up na msemo mwenye ako very versatile with the Kenyan media industry while you work on like the international side. Apart from that, when you pitch a story, it doesn't necessarily go on air. So I really avoid publications zenye mimi nimeandikia kwa sababu watafikiria I am pitching to write it, and when I'm pitching to write it hapo naweza sasa confuse kidogo kwa sababu isi role yangu at this moment as a journalist ni kitu yenye inanibamba. Nikisikiza some devilish rock naenda nasema nimeona ngoma kuna rock zetu Kenya, why not write about it?
Yeah.
And I try also when writing about artists to make it something that's very different from a review. Isikuwe ati, oh, Mweni has released a song, nini. I want it to be like, why is this tape so important to Mweni's career at that moment? That gives me a better journalistic approach. So I don't like kuzishikanisha, inakuanga a bit confusing. Sababu unaweza taka kwenda tu kureprint press release mahali, but you can't do that because that's your artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Meskia. What role do you think media plays in helping Kenyan artists get the exposure they need, particularly in hip hop?
No fucking rule. Hakuna kitu wanadu.
Actually, hii swali nilikuwa nimesema nitaishikilia hadi nimaliza maswali zangu ndio tuweze kumaliza maswali kwanza. It's not a question, it's a statement. He said mainstream radio ndio hawatupay that music.
There's definitely like a disconnect in culture. Kwa sababu number one, I'm not supposed to pay for my songs to be played on a radio station.
They pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unaendanga kwa certain radio presenters anakuambia itabidi uchote kidogo.
Yeah.
Pia watu wanafai wasisahau that radio is not the only way we can get this music. Pia kwa vitu kama DJs. So inamaanisha kuna disconnect between artists na DJs.
Oh, my next guest is a DJ.
DJ?
Nick.
Oh. So there's a disconnect, and anytime there's a disconnect, it just takes us back to pale nilikwambia, we need a whole chain system. Hata kama underground radio 254 itacheza 24/7 Kenyan music, kuna pia kuwa na hiyo connect between radio 254 na maybe Kiss 100. Homeboys really used to be good, but unaona corporate ikiingia kwa business, you have to change the model to fit the advertisers because they're the ones paying. Wewe kama fan unasikiza Radio Jambo unafikiria wase wanalipwa na wewe.
I was about to say when he said that mainstream wako busy.
Kwa busy.
Then in the business of making money, not the business of spreading culture. And I'm so sorry if kuna any mainstream radio enye ilikuwa inataka kufanya kazi na mimi alafu sasa wanasikia vibaya.
No, but
they're not in the business of creating culture for you guys. They're in the business of making money. So for you to expect that how ndo watawatafutia hawa underground artists and bring them to the level, hiyo happen not unless mtu ka Tela awak na a mainstream thing. But otherwise, imagine ujitafutie tu. If you're passionate enough about wanting to know these people, personally, Uliza Tela, me, hip hop is probably the hardest thing for me to listen to. I've tried. It is. So I requested her.
Sina simu,
before things started going wrong, I requested her to make a hip hop playlist for me atanitengenezea, and you see that will be my way of getting to learn new artists. So go look for them. Imagine haiku cost anything.
Na si ati like vitu ka SoundCloud ama YouTube si free. Hizo vitu ni free bana. So you can go get the music there.
Okay. Sisi wa Kenya, we don't support our artists. We like to listen outside. Tutarudi kwa hiyo African teacher. I have not ignored your comments. I want us to really finish this question. We actually done. We can answer that one. Juu sasa hapa ni kwa personal perspective and experiences. Hii inakuanga kwa freestyle more, so we can answer that. Do you think we don't support our own?
No, I think this is a problem that's everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
We have to have a cultic following that loves Kenyan music for us to be able to support Kenyan music. Kitu moja nimeelewa na Wakenya wanakupendanga ukishaenda ukirudi. Ukienda kushine nje, oh my god, this is the best fucking artist ever. Exactly, but ukiwa huko una hustle unauza,
they don't see it.
They don't see it. And yani kitu unaweza notice for fans of Octo na Kali, because Octo was able to spend some time outside bars. Wase kama kina Matata, Lil Minor, kuna ile level of exposure nika tunapendanga tu watu wakiwa ni kama.
Do you think it's because tuna view success na hii si hata from a musical perspective pekee, hata generally in life ukishasikia anko yako alienda majuu unafikiria automatically rich, automatically moneyed. So do you think it's because tuna view success, especially for our artists, ni kama wameenda majuu? And the reason why I'm saying wameenda majuu, people don't even know where these places they're performing at.
KC Pluto vile watu walijoin Mkenya na amework with Kanye West. Kenya ilimclaim all of a sudden. Yes. Kenyan American rapper.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think ni kwa sababu tumegrow tukiambiwa ukipita utaenda majuu nini, so inakaa like outside the countries where the land of success is, but in real sense lazima ujulikane kwenyu ndio ukijulikana outside the country uko na bigger fame.
Yeah.
We can see someone with like Tela. Yeah, me market most South Africa, the whole of Africa, na me hit international. I was in the beach kwa show ya South Korea, and the beach hata ajui South Korean, yeah. But unaona ni msemo mwenye ameweza ku gain attention from that side.
Yeah.
So I just think hii ni shida tu iko kila mahali. Unaweza enda Angola ukifikiria kuna music culture, but they have a crazy music culture. Yeah. Tanzania wako na singeli, mimi sijaisikia sio wakiongelea about singeli. Unakwanga tu like 4-5 people ndo wanajua hiyo, but guys will tell you how much they like house music and DJ music and like all that shit. So niyo tu personal preference. Na pia vile tu tumekuwa conditioned, success comes with kwenda majuu. Land of opportunities, exactly. Ni kama vile ushaona vile Afrika ama like Kenyans generally who so excited wakiona mzungu hadi wanaweza cheesy. Tao unaona hadi wanamsumbua niko like bro.
Hata tu akipita it's such a big deal. Exactly.
So tuko tu whitewashed.
Okay. Have there been any pivotal moments in your career where you felt your work had a direct impact on the Kenyan music scene?
Yeah. I think all my articles, everything in my
her articles are quite frankly beautiful, well written, very informative. Unaweza jua alisomea hiyo. You can actually tell she has knowledge and information, and it's something she's passionate about. So
and I think the reason that it's all my articles are just about Kenyan music in general, because they always have such a deep impact. Inafundishanga msewa Nigeria, msewa South Africa shit adi excuse me, inafanya watu wakuje kwa DM zangu, or I'm like, bro, isn't it vitu tu ziko kwa internet? We just need a catalog of shit that comes before us. That's why it needs to be perfect. That's why it needs to be detailed. That's why I need to capture your moments hizi. Jukasi mimi ni nani. Writing culture si kitu yenye ko very strong in Kenya. Unaambianga mtu unafanyanga writing anakuambia online writing. Jua nafikiria ni research papers and all that shit. Niko like journalism. Sasa unaandikianga kina nani yao?
Hadi unapatanga aje pesa? Kuna
piti hadi kwa sauti una feel the piti. Uko like
uko sure you wanted to do that?
Exactly. Ama ni kazi yaziko Kenya. Hey, Ruta ametumia. Hizo ndo conversation. But you get the guys when you wanaandikanga articles, one article unageta mengiza something like 40 Gs. So imagine in a month kama unaandika 2 articles ne uko nayo 160 Gs unaishia happy life. Yeah. Unatafuta kitu yenye haihitaji kazi mingi,
and it's something you love.
Exactly. That's like the most important thing.
Okay. Who are some of your biggest influences in the music journalism world, both locally and internationally? Yo ya uko maju.
Who journalistic? Definitely Nadeska and Ibro.
Nadeska?
Yes, anaitwa Nadeska. Kona show ya R&B and also about rap. There's this crazy British girl anaitwa Amelia Timonbag. I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly.
Yeah.
But yendo mwenye show ya chicken date. Yeah. In Africa there's Ruby V. Basically she was my first mentor. And there's also Camille Storm. Yeah. Those are like my biggest journalistic experiences.
So before I ask Tela our last question of the day, kuna a show iko on the 16th. That is this coming Saturday. Hapa hivi Kitsuru by a lovely lady. She's called Kidawa Tutu.
Kidawa Tutu.
Kidawa Tutu is hosting show. Is rather presenting to us a show inaitwa Letters to Loved Ones. They want to read for you all the information about it. The last time I was here, that is last week Tuesday, I had wale artists niliona way later that she added a bit more to the catalog. Actually ndo hii hapa naona saizi. she added a few more
Artists.
to the catalog. So I want to go through it all. Niwaambie ni kina nani. So Kidawa ni mtoto wa Jumatutu.
Jumatutu ni nani?
I'll show you who Jumatutu is. So part of the people she added is Costa Ojwang. So Costa Ojwang will also be performing. There's an artist called Irene. That one I know. I've met him. I've never listened to his music, but I know he has a new song out in Itoka, I think this weekend. Njoki Karu did music therapy. Music feels therapeutic, genuinely. Then Kidawa, you know Zawadi?
Yes.
Zawadi too.
Yes.
And then another one called Davis. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know if I know them, and I can't search right now. But the tickets, the tickets are available on Hustle Sasa. They're only going for 1,500 shillings for an advance ticket. A gate ticket will be 2,000 shillings, and a couple's ticket is 2,500. So gates open at 1 p.m. Show starts at 2 p.m. Ends at 8 p.m. Acha nikwambia niko na a certain liking to these two shows. Zinaisha mapema hivi. Junaweza rudi home kan nataka. I am okay with the big shows ending late like na uko 3 a.m. But these two intimate ones. Hey, please tumalize saa 2 mimi nataka kurudi kwetu.
Nataka kurudi home.
Naishi Kamuli tafadhali.
Nataka kupitia Molly's.
Bana. Kidogo tu.
See enjoyment intense.
Yeah, so we're going to be hosting a giveaway today on the Creatives KE Instagram page. So follow us on Creatives KE on all social media platforms. To go on Instagram. Yeah, he's not a band, he's an individual, but yes, he does do Swahili jazz. Jumatutu anafanyanga Swahili jazz. Ni Makostarian and
associated with the mushrooms.
I don't know, but niliona nani amepost when this man
died.
Yeah. Tuta discover hapo hivyo nje. So we will be doing a giveaway. I have 1 ticket to give away for that show. Nitafanya the giveaway on Instagram, so make sure you follow us on Instagram, but pia tuko available on Facebook, Twitter or X, Facebook, X, TikTok, tuko hadi LinkedIn na Instagram. Yeah, he does have a band, but most of these artists play with a band too, but yeah, he does have a band. Ni comment ni mtu anani text na ijibu in real time. We'll be doing a giveaway. I will ask a question. The question will be actually have a connection to this today's episode. Na nijua watu wenye hawasikizangi podcast yangu. We also have a WhatsApp channel, by the way. Usually most people who get first-hand information wanakuanga from the WhatsApp channel, because hapo ni hata time sina data niko na free WhatsApp. Naweza anzia hapo as I discover my finances as the day goes by.
By the way.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us everywhere. And we interact in our content, and we'll have more giveaways for you for different shows. So tell. Hey, my Lord. What's next for you in your career, and how do you plan to continue shaping the narrative around Kenyan music and hip hop?
Swali niliona nikakuwa very
nilikuumiza uko like hata umsichana.
Not even that. I just feel like I'm in a point of my career when nataka sana kwenda tu ushago for like 6 months and just try to reevaluate and figure out my life. Kwa sababu I've been working in the scene ever since I finished school. That's 2017. So nimeanza 2017. And 10-year-old me, I'm like 17-year-old me wouldn't be really proud of mahali niko saizi because it's not where I wanted to be. Yeah. But in order to make like 30-year-old a happier woman, I think it's just investing more in the arts while pia kujikeep sane at the same point, because it does get draining. Kwanza unafanya kazi miezi 6 hujalipwa, hujaona pesa, uishi home, you don't know how to make like ends meet, but unaangalia the opportunities that come your way na unazi appreciate too. So I've always just had this ambition of having a full powered like media house in all ways, but mainly to just educate kids on the necessity of having an entertainment journalist, a culture journalist in a room. It teaches you much more because the system is tailored towards political journalism, Matokisoma theories and all that shit.
Yeah.
My research paper was actually on how entertainment influenced the 2007 political PEV,
I actually
post-election
asked people
violence.
how the PEV affected the entertainment scene.
Yeah. So before hata hiyo paper ikubaliwe, research yangu ananiuliza sasa utatoa wapi reference hizi vitu.
Yeah.
So I want to be that reference point. I want to be that scribe of entertainment, music, journalism. Hata nikiweza R&B, once I get the
footing.
Exactly the capacity to brave it on. But all in all, I will want my works, even if they don't change the life of Kenyans, just to change the life of an entertainment fan. I'm an artist. I remember there was a listicle I did at the beginning of last year.
You said a listicle?
Yeah, a listicle is just a list. Kama ile Rolling Stone, these are the top songs of the year at this moment. Okay. So I mentioned Kilihipi na Swami walikuwa na a tape pamoja. Do you know this guy actually texted me on DM? Akaniambia he's so excited. He framed that shit, we met and I sent that thing. So inafanya ni feel hata kama haija impact calligraph, kanaweza impact mse kama the Swami. Una imagine how much more underground people who need this light will get it. So it doesn't necessarily just even have to be a radio, like a TV station, just a mode to enable guys kuwa educated about what's going on in the system, to understand that si lazima ukwe na 60 million to make it in the streets. Ukiwa na iPhone pia uko sawa na unajua kuedit, kuchop hapo na CapCut, unaweka video hapo, just teaching guys that you can also make money out of entertainment. Si lazima uende ufanye kazi ukaange tu kwa ofisi hapo ukitype kila saa, hawezi kunywa pombe senye hawezi taka indulge in fun activities when you want, because you have to be at work on Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you're doing that you want people to follow? Anything coming out that you want people to look forward to? Anything that you want my listeners to
look forward to? So tunaanzisha podcasts na our dear friend Bawon, but tulikuwa tuirecord leo, but apparently SD card imeachwa. So the podcast is called Zero Podcast, and it's basically a space to educate and entertain at the same time while making everything fun. Yeah, so just look forward to that. Sina a lot kusema saizi, but
so we'll look forward to that one. I will most definitely be sharing it somewhere on my platforms. Where can they find you, Tela?
Tela _Wangeci _ ni kale kadash kadogo ile inakaa underline ile nilijua hiyo word underscore na sijai go back from it, nashinanga tu underscore kama vile saizi nitakwenda judge. Yeah, but Tela _Wangeci on all platforms apart from TikTok. I think naitwa Telinews with 3 eyes. Yeah.
So follow Tela on everywhere. Interact with her content, mumpe kazi, mumpe andike articles, kidawa mwite show akuandikie a proper nice review. And kuna any song you'd like us to leave our listeners with? Niache kicheza as we tune out.
Sijui vile naitwa, but Kilihipi the Swami na EK. Okay, sijui kama iko YouTube. Kama nenye iko YouTube,
acha nianze tu kuna hiyo naona tutapata Kilihipi.
The Swami kama page ya Kilihipi inakuwa almost impossible kupata. Type tu hivyo tuone kazi itakuja.
Aya gani?
Sasa sijui vile inaitwa.
Kuna aje, naona aje, naona busy. Naona iko na more people, but sioni, naona Marcus Gavi kwa hii. Naona
acha tusikize yako.
Tusikize tu yote. You have decided. So like Tela mentioned, Watenda Willy released an album sometime
Friday.
I stayed up by the way kuisikiza.
So no real love your music.
Nilingoja midnight, and this is one of my favorite ones from from the album. Please guys, mwende stream. At the moment iko number 1 on Apple Music.
Wow.
Mwende stream inaitwa En Route. The first song inaitwa Watend. Clearly I'm a man who siwezi multitask. Watenda Willy. It's by Watenda Willy featuring Shad Muziki. Inaitwa Safari.
Na sio ya 15 bob.
Na sio ya 15 bob. So this has been us. Thank you so much for coming, Tela.
Thank you for having me, Mwenye.
Ibede itakuwa season 1 of the Creatives Conversations. I'm hoping I'll clock in probably 12 episodes. I'm hoping for the other seasons I might get you once more. Maybe vitu zitakuwa different. Probably by the next time tunafanya another season itakuwa 2025. So hopefully things will have looked better your time.
I hope I'll be alive.
So every time Tela says this and you don't see a reaction that feels like a reaction from me, nitamuuliza after the podcast. See ati na ignore. I'm not ignoring it. Yeah. So
what is it being a creative if you're not even 10%? Hata 2% is said.
Tu ni kidogo. Kukua creative unajaliwa sana.
Kuna SI units za creative. So uliona difegi. Kuna tu SI exactly.
Kadogo tu.
Kwa ingi sawa kwa kichwa.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me, Mwenye.
Thank you so much. So yeah. Let me play for them the song CC to Exit Studio.
Nieleze, staki tunyeshewe. Kama umechoka ungesema, usife moyo ni mapema. Niambie, mbona hutaki tena? Wende ulisema ni milele, hakuna kitu tatutenga. Penzi we, usinigeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi we, usinigeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Usinigeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi we, usinigeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Chako bodli, tena chako kanyata. Ango mamioni